What is the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been kind of going back and forth with myself. I was going to make this video a few days back, and I decided not to do it. I'm pretty sure you're looking at the title and going, what the hell? So before I get anybody to start picking at me, before I get anybody to start pointing at the screen, I know there's going to be a lot of skeptical fans, and I'm kind of used to that shit. I've gotten to the point now where I really don't, care about the skeptics and whatever people are going to say. I'm going to say what I feel, and that's pretty much going to be that with me. So the title of the video is Miami Dolphins having the best offense for the 2016-2017 season. Now, let's start with all of the factors that I think weigh in to that possibility. Starting with the offensive line. Of course, we took Laramie Tunsil, the tackle from, I think he's from Ole Miss. And this is an offensive line that has quite a bit of first-round draft picks on the offensive line, including Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Albert, Pouncey, and James. All first-round draft picks. There's 4 first-round draft picks on the offensive line. And I've been hearing some rumors about possibly moving Jamil Douglas to center, which will open up moving Mike Pouncey to guard, which I really like Mike Pouncey as a guard. I like him more as a guard than I like him as a center. So I think that shit would be really fucking cool to move Mike Pouncey to guard. And I think it would help give extra protection to Ryan Tannehill. So that's the first thing, starting off with the offensive line. Then you go to the running backs. Now, the running backs, there's some questions, admittedly. You have J-Train, you have Isaiah Peed, you have the rookie running back that we drafted from Alabama. You still have Damian Williams back there, which I don't know if he's going to secure a roster spot. He's a guy that's been looking good. He looked solid a couple preseasons ago, and then you put him in real game situations and he doesn't do much of anything. So this might be the last ship for him. His ship might have sailed already. I'm talking about Damian Williams, number 34, which I think he has number 34, which is disgrace to Ricky Williams' number with the way that he's been fucking playing. So the running back situation is a question mark, admittedly, but I think the strength of this team will make the running back position that much better. And let me explain. The strength of this team, without a doubt, is at the wide receiver position. Now, if you take a Jarvis Landry, who to me is a #1 wide receiver, right? You take Jarvis Landry, who's a #1 wide receiver. You put him in there with a healthy 6'3", 220-pound wide receiver. And yes, I'm talking about Devontae Parker, who looked phenomenal going down the stretch of the season. And yes, I'm giving him some props right now, all right? Yeah, I know I rag on him. Would I rather have Marcus Peters in our defense right now? Yes, I would rather have Marcus Peters in our defense. No doubt about it. I'd rather have Marcus Peters. But that ship has sailed. That's water under the boat. I can shut the fuck up about that right now. We're not going to go back and fucking redo the draft. Devontae Parker is on this team. And last year, towards the tail end of the season, once he finally got healthy and finally got on the field, he looked phenomenal. So we have 2 #1 receivers on this team. And that's going to cause a problem for defenses if it's done right. Now, you take Devontae Parker, Jarvis Landry, you had Kenny Stills in there, you had Carew in there, you had that little 5'5" receiver that we drafted that's going to be a return threat. But I can also see us doing little gadget stuff with it, whether it's end arounds, bubble screens. He's 5'5", right? So you stick him out there behind 6'5", 300-pound offensive lineman, and it's easy for him to get lost. And that's something that you used to see with like Maurice Jones-Drew and the other, you know, smaller running backs. Is the reason why they were so great sometimes is they would get lost behind offensive linemen, and you wouldn't find them until you got right up on them because of how big the offensive linemen are in the NFL. So I can see us doing some gadget shit with him. So 2 number 1 receivers, and to me, if you look at the NFL right now, right? Let's take a look at this shit. You take a look at the NFL, and you can pull this up as well. We might be the only team in the NFL with 2 number 1 receivers. Well, there's a couple others, but let's look at this shit. All right. The Jets have Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker. I don't consider Eric Decker a number 1. Buffalo has Sammy Watkins. Patriots have Julian Edelman. The Bengals have A.J. Green. I don't know who else they have. Baltimore's got a collection of guys. You know, I don't even think they don't even have a number 1 receiver. Of course, the Steelers have the great Antonio Brown. Fucking Browns, who the fuck knows? The Tennessee Titans have Darrell Beckham Green, and they also have that other kid, I forget his name. Jaguars have Hearns. The Texans have fuck, I forgot his fucking name. He's a great receiver, and his name is on the tip of my tongue. The Colts have T.Y. Hilton. The Broncos have Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. They might be the closest to us right now. The Chiefs have Jeremy Maclin. The San Diego Chargers, their best receiver is hurt. The Raiders have the kid from Alabama. The Cowboys have Des Bryant. None of their other receivers have, you know, lived up to the potential. They've got some decent guys. The Redskins could have the potential with Garcon and Deshaun Jackson, but Deshaun Jackson can't stay healthy. Philadelphia will trade you their best wide receiver for some Skittles and a Snicker bar. The New York Giants have Odell Beckham Jr. Green Bay have Jordy Nelson. Randall Cobb didn't look like a number 1 receiver when Jordy Nelson went down. Detroit Lions, no. Minnesota has Stephon Diggs. These guys could have had it, but they got rid of Brandon Marshall. Makes no sense. Julio Jones with the Falcons. Of course, we know the struggles of the Panthers. Tampa Bay is another one. They got Vincent. Well, Vincent Jackson is kind of past his prime. And then they have that other kid. They got 2 huge receivers. New Orleans, they hate Drew Brees because they get rid of everything he has. Arizona has Fitzgerald. San Francisco, who? Doug Baldwin in Seattle. And I don't remember who the fuck the Rams have. So maybe the Broncos might be the only team that I can say has 2 number 1 receivers, but that's going to be the strength of this team. And if you look at previous teams that Adam Gase has had a hand in, the offenses have done well. Go back to the Broncos, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of excited. Now this goes back to the running game. If you got Devontae Parker, you got Jarvis Landry, you got Kenny Stills, you got Carroll, and you've got the rest of our weapons out there, adding in Cameron and Sims and the other kid, the tight end from UCLA, it's going to leave running lanes open. It's going to leave the middle of the field open because no team is going to be able to leave. I don't see them leaving Jarvis Landry one-on-one. I don't see them leaving Devontae Parker one-on-one. So that's a problem. Now, the X factor, of course, and it's a big fucking X factor, is Ryan Tannehill. He's the X factor in this. I don't give a fuck about Ryan Tannehill throwing for 4,000 yards. I want to win. I want to win. It's a fucking shame my son is about to be 12 years old and has never seen a Dolphin playoff win. I want to win, goddamn it. And my son will be 13 in August. He's 12 years old. But god damn it. God damn it. I want to win. I want to win some playoff games. It's fucking time to win some playoff games, man. At least get a sniff of some playoff games. I mean, even if you stumble your way in, once you get into the playoffs, it becomes a brand new ball game. And all you need is a couple balls to bounce the right way, and you can find yourself in a situation where you can win big. It's time, goddammit. It's time. And this offense, I still have to see it on the field. This offense has me a little bit excited. I'm a little bit excited. Now, the defense is a completely different story. Because like I said, last year, our secondary couldn't cover a Drake song in a karaoke bar. Them motherfuckers was terrible. We was getting burnt up and down the field very fucking often. Burnt. And this year, to me, I feel like we got worse. I feel like we became a worse defensive team this year than we were last year. And of course, all of that is due to the fact. No, I don't think Jarvis Landry is going to be running back kicks. We have a lot of guys who could. We have a lot of guys who could go back there and return kicks. There's like 3 or 4 people who can run back kicks, including Drake and a couple other guys. No, paper don't win games. Last year I was all excited. Oh my God, we got Sue, we got Wait, we gonna cause havoc, and then Wait goes down. And this year, I mean, we're coming with. There's a lot of question marks on our defense, but this offense has me excited. I can't wait to see exactly what we do with this offense and what Adam Gase is able to do with Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. I know he's been able to pick the brain of Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's been in there. We basically dedicated our draft to building around Tannehill. There are no excuses. There's no excuses. 2 #1 receivers. You got Kenny Stills, who can take the top off of defenses. We go out and our #1 pick is the best player in the draft by most people's standards in Tunsil. We get you some more protection. It's time. It is time for a ring. It's time. Well, at least a playoff. Right? Maybe a ring is too lofty of a goal at this point, but at least a playoff. We at least need to make the playoffs. I want to make the fucking playoffs. I want to win this fucking division. Anyway, let's see how the defense looks in the preseason. I've been hearing swirling rumors about us possibly trying to sign Leon Hall from the Cincinnati, which makes no fucking sense. If we're going to sign Leon Hall, why the fuck didn't we just bring Brent Grimes back? Brent Grimes is better than Leon Hall. That makes no damn sense. This would have been a much better team with Grimes, Maxwell, and the rookie, and you continue to bring along Lippett. That doesn't make no fucking sense. To let Brent Grimes go, Brent Grimes was a free agent for 1 day, and Tampa Bay swooped in and picked him up. That was just dumb. Make no sense. I see people say, well, it was his wife. What number does she play? What position does she play? What number does she wear? She affects the field? Really? I heard people saying shit about our quarterback if I remember correctly, our quarterback was saying some shit, telling players enjoy your practice squad checks or some shit like that. So that doesn't lower the morale of the team. But a woman on Twitter, Lord, that shit don't make no sense to me. But anyway, man, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about this offense. And I hope I don't get to game 8 and go, what the fuck did I make that video for? I want to see an attacking defense. I mean, an attacking offense. I want to give this defense 21, 28 points a game. So we're going to have to let them grow. Even if Xavier Howard is going to be a beast, he's going to fuck up. He's a rookie. We're going to have to allow this defense an opportunity to make mistakes. So whether it's Lippett, Xavier Howard, we got Kiko Alonso. Pray to God Kiko Alonso can stay healthy. Because without him, that whole trade falls apart. With him, if he's healthy, that trade looks beautiful. If Kiko Alonso comes out there and plays like a beast, that trade was beautiful. We got Alonso, Maxwell, and Laramie Tunsil still. Beautiful trade. Worked out in our favor perfectly. Otherwise, where did Hargraves go? I think Hargraves went to Jacksonville. See, if Kiko Alonso is not healthy, that trade looks dumb as fuck. Anyway, man, I'm getting ready to watch. The fights tonight. Cyborg fights tonight. Redoom fights tonight. If I can make it, because I've had a terrible time fucking making it past 9 o'clock. Staying up past 9 o'clock when I have to work the next day has been terribly hard. Anyway, I'm out of here. Let me know what you feel about this. Miami Dolphins, best offense in the NFL for 2015, 2016. Do you think it is possible? Am I reaching on this? Am I reaching to the fact that we have an offensive line that has 4 first-round draft picks? We are one of the only teams that can line up and say we have 2 #1 receivers, Landry and Devontae Parker, as long as he can stay healthy. And we have other weapons that are going to make it real hard and make a defense have to think who they're going to take out. Anyway, man, I'm out of here. Peace.